Have you ever been in a room where someone's silence was just deafening, louder than any words they could have said? Well, that's the raw power of nonverbal communication. Today, we're going to dive into this silent language, and we'll use some absolutely unforgettable moments from the movies to see just how potent it really is.
Just let that one sink in for a second. You know, we spend so much time trying to craft the perfect thing to say, but our bodies, they're often telling a much more honest and way more powerful story. And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today.
I mean, think about it. The second you walk into a room, you've already started the conversation. Your posture, the look on your face, even whether you're on time or not, all of these signals are being sent and received long before you've even say hello.
Okay, first up, let's talk about kinesics. It sounds a little technical, I know, but it's really just the story our body tells through all its movements and expressions.
It's a really fascinating question, right? Even right now, as you're listening to this, what's your posture saying? Are you leaning in, interested, or are you kind of slouched back? Your body is part of this conversation too.
So these are the building blocks of kinesics. Your posture can just scream confidence. Your gestures can add that extra punch to what you're saying. And eye contact, that's how you build trust. Put them all together, and they create this whole nonverbal picture of your sincerity and your authority.
If you want a masterclass in how to command a room, look no further than Coach Kabir Khan in Chak Day, India. Before he gives that legendary Sitar-minute speech, just watch him. The upright posture, that slow, deliberate walk, and the intense, unwavering eye contact, he owns that locker room before he even opens his mouth. And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you've got Miranda Priestley from The Devil Wears Prada. What's so amazing here is how she shows power with almost no movement at all. A tiny raise of an eyebrow, a steady gaze, that's all it takes for her to completely dominate a room before she drops that famous line. That's all. All right, we've covered the body. Now let's talk about the space around the body. This brings us to our second element, proxemics, which is all about the unspoken rules of distance and how it totally shapes our interactions. We all get these 4 zones of space on an instinctual level, right? Intimate space is for the people we're closest to, personal is for friends, social is for more formal stuff, and public is when you're in a big group. And man, the psychological impact is huge. When someone crosses into the wrong zone, it can feel super uncomfortable, maybe even a bit threatening. You can see the power of that intimate zone perfectly in Titanic. That iconic I'm flying scene. Jack is standing right behind Rose, way inside that 0 to 18-inch bubble. That closeness isn't just about the shot, it's a massive nonverbal signal of their trust and that deep, growing connection. And for a total 180, let's look at The Dark Knight. In that interrogation scene, Batman just aggressively invades the Joker's personal space. He's using Proxemics not to build trust, but to create this insane pressure and just establish pure dominance. It's the same tool, but with a completely different message. Okay, so we've done body and space. Now, let's get into the voice. This brings us to paralanguage, and the core idea here is simple but huge. How you say something is often way more important than what you actually say. So, paralanguage is basically everything in your speech except the words. We're talking about your tone, your pitch, the volume, how fast you're talking, and even the pauses you take. These are the things that turn a simple sentence into something that sounds caring or sarcastic or really angry. The King's speech is pretty much the perfect case study for this. King George VI's whole transformation is right there in his voice. You can literally hear him go from this hesitant stammer to a leader whose steady tone, controlled pace, and powerful pauses command the respect of an entire nation. Or think about the character Virus from 3 Idiots. His life as a race speech is already pretty harsh, but it's his paralanguage that truly makes it terrifying. The slow, deliberate way he speaks, those perfectly calculated pauses, it makes every single word land like a ton of bricks. All right, our final element is something we all use every single day, time. Chronemics is just the study of how our use of time sends these really powerful messages about respect, about power, and about our priorities. And it's true, isn't it? Showing up on time says, I respect you. Making someone wait can be a total power move. Replying to an email right away shows urgency. Our whole relationship with the clock is this constant nonverbal conversation. And it's wild how different this can be from one culture to another.
In The Intern, Robert De Niro's character is just a perfect example of positive chronomics. He gets there early, he waits patiently, he respects everyone's schedule. It's not just about being punctual, it's a nonverbal cue that communicates total professionalism, reliability, and respect.
And of course, Hollywood absolutely loves to use chronemics to build suspense. You know the scene, the literal ticking clock on the screen, the fast-paced, frantic dialogue. It all creates this overwhelming sense of urgency. Time itself basically becomes a character in the scene, just cranking up the tension.
So, we've walked through the 4 key elements of this silent language. Now, let's tie it all together into a kind of practical toolkit that you can actually use every day. So here's the quick and dirty summary. Kinesics, that's your body, and it communicates confidence. Proxemics, that's your use of space, and it defines relationships. Paralanguage, your voice, adding that crucial emotional layer. And chronemics, how you use time, showing respect. If you can get a handle on these, you're on your way to mastering the silent language. So, how do you actually apply this stuff? Well, in your professional life, it's pretty straightforward. Stand confidently, because it shows authority. Keep the right amount of distance to show you respect people's space. Control your tone, because it gives your words real meaning. And respect time. It's the ultimate sign of professionalism. These are simple things you can start doing today. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this right here. There is no off switch. Your body, your voice, your use of space and time, they are always sending out signals. You are a constant broadcast of information, whether you like it or not. So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you know the basics of this silent language, you can start to really notice the signals all around you. And maybe, more importantly, the signals that you're sending out yourself. Your body is talking. The real question is, are you listening?